Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, PDAC 2024. It's the second day, and we are at the booth of famous silver producer, First Majestic Silver. And with me here is Keith Neumeyer, the CEO of the company. Welcome, Keith, and how are you?
Very good, thanks. Great seeing you again.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking the time, because I know you're very busy, especially at those gold prices and hopefully soon silver prices. You're even more busy.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Absolutely. First Majestic, I mean, we must not introduce the company. I think you are extremely well known. But the first thing I want to talk about, because I just saw it on your website, is you are now having your own mint. Congratulations on that. What is the, let's say, the background for doing that, or the reason?
Well, these are two first bars. These were printed last week, and we started the process about a year ago. We've been selling these types of products to investors, mostly shareholders, since 2008. And the business has been increasing over time. We noticed the last couple of years, the mints stopped supplying our needs. We would send them silver, and our ounces were sitting on their floor for months and months and months at a time. You know, our accountants that work internally for us were going, what the hell's going on? You know, we've got all this silver inventory sitting on the floors of these mints, and they're refusing to produce product for us. So we said, look, we can't put up with this any longer. And we looked into it. We started off hiring a couple of people. We were very thrilled to get some of the best minting talent in the state of Nevada. That's where we chose to build the mint. And from then, once we had the people in place, we started buying the equipment. And they've been installing it ever since. And our first product is now in place.
Yeah, super. And it looks fantastic. Honestly, I also checked on the ounces, and really beautiful product, I would say. But isn't that also for you like a kind of balancing with sales, inventory, you said already, so meaning taking off material from the market?
Right.
Because to me, it looks a bit like with all the paper junkies, this comes a bit to an end slowly but surely.
Well, you know yourself that the paper market trades about 1 billion ounces a day. The miners produce about 830 million ounces a year. There's about, call it 300 trading days in a year. I know it's about 320 trading days in a year, but to make the math easier, that's 1 billion a day times 300. So that's 300 billion ounces of paper silver trade in a year.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
Yeah, so the leverage is ridiculous. So if we can take 10 million ounces off the market, a physical metal off the market, because the banks know the metal is coming to them. They're used to it coming to them. You know, they don't want the silver going elsewhere. But if we can be successful and even convince other mining companies that are in the area that can ship us their silver as well, you know, we could potentially start producing 20 million ounces of silver through here, and you multiply that by 300 billion leverage, and you're taking a lot of ounces off the paper markets.
Definitely. So when do you think this comes to an end with the paper market? Because it makes no sense to me. It's so stupid. Yeah. You're not with paper. You're not building one solar panel.
Right. Yeah. Look, I think it's going to eventually happen. Who knows when? You know, the nickel markets, we saw a little bit of a interesting thing there in London, and now there's lawsuits that are going on, and you know that whole contract is basically disintegrated. It's not even tradable anymore. No one trusts it. No one trades it anymore. So will the same thing happen at COMEX and the silver? You know,
Could be.
Look, it's happened in other commodities before. Silver wouldn't be the first.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's talk about your great company. First of all, I want to touch on Jerritt Canyon, because we had a lot of viewers sending me emails, calling me, and said, when you talk to Keith, please make sure you get an update on Jerritt Canyon.
Sure.
Because it looked good when you bought it, then you had some trouble. Now you want to fix that. We spoke about it. I think it was last year in Zurich, if I remember that correct. So what have you achieved in those 12 months?
Well, we've been really evaluating and reevaluating our go-forward plan. We were going to start drilling in June. We have a $10 million exploration program starting. This will be the largest exploration program in probably at least 15 years at this particular mine. Our geologists are very positive. You know, they think there's an elephant there. We have to prove it and find it. Hopefully they're right. The mill also needs some upgrades. You know, we got hit by a pretty bad winter event and that's one of the reasons why we had to shut it down, because we couldn't get the throughput through the mill. To make money, we needed 3,000 tons a day to get through that mill, and in minus 30 degree Fahrenheit weather, we couldn't mine. So the mill just froze up, icicles everywhere, pipes
not good for a mill.
pipes blowing up. It was absolutely pretty crazy. So all that has to be repaired. So over the next 2 years, we're going to invest in the mill, upgrade the mill, modernize it. Hopefully the geos are right and discover some additional ounces. And then we're looking at 2026 for a potential restart.
Okay, super. That's a game plan. Perfect. Yeah. How is it going in your other mines, Santa Elena, etc.?
Well, Santa Elena is just amazing. We had a record fourth quarter. It produced 3 million ounces in 1 quarter alone. Fourth quarter. Annualized, that's 12 million ounces. We're not suggesting it's going to do 12 million ounces, but even 9 or 10 is a pretty substantial number, and that's what we're expecting Santa Elena is going to do. San Dimas is pretty well straightforward, 13 million ounces like it has done every year for the last several years. We're not expecting any change there. We are hoping to see some costs come down. We have done a series of cost-cutting initiatives. We've laid off almost 200 people from San Dimas. Big savings. It works out to almost $1 an ounce in all the sustaining costs. So we already saw some of those benefits show up in Q4. If you have a look at our financials, you'll see the cost came down nicely, and that's going to continue into 2024.
And despite laying off 200 people, now you're more mechanized, or how did you do that? I mean, you still want to produce, right?
This is a legacy issue. A lot of people, weren't doing the work that they should be doing. A lot of people, I hate to say this, particularly in an interview, but there was just lazy people, and we just had to rejig the entire workforce and wake them up. And now we've noticed that productivity is improving, dilution's dropping. And these are the kinds of things that should be happening when you have a workforce that's more engaged.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Understood. Yeah. What is the guidance for this year? How many ounces you want to produce, let's say silver and gold?
Yeah, well, on an equivalent basis, about 21 to 23 million silver equivalent ounces, which half of that is gold and half of that is silver.
And average AISC on the group, what do you think you can achieve?
Well, I think 15 is fair.
Okay, so that's a decent margin.
In that range.
Okay.
Yeah. We have one mine that's causing us a little bit of problem. We didn't talk about it, but a mine called La Encantada. It has a water issue. One of the wells that has been relying on for 30 years collapsed last year, and we've been drilling for new water ever since, and we've been having some success, but it's running at almost $29 right now. And that's going to continue for the next couple of quarters. It normally should be, it's always been a little bit more of a high-cost mine. It's normally around 18, and it's been in 18 for the last several years. But it's dragging up our overall average. But if you look at Santa Elena, we're around 13 there, and San Dimas, we're around 15.
Okay, super. Sounds like a game plan. Fantastic. Yeah. On the mint, any plans, let's say, to enlarge that in addition? I mean, you just said you want to convince more producers to send you silver. So maybe you have to also raise your capacity there?
The current capacity is 3.5 million ounces. Let's get there first. We're budgeting for 1.5 million ounces in 2024. We hope to do more. But if we start approaching 3 million by 2025, of course, we'll put in another line. We could also put another shift in, because that's just 1 8-hour shift 4 times a week. So if we decide, we could also add an evening shift.
Okay, super. If I want to buy from Switzerland, can I call you up and then you send it to me? How does that work?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Easy. Just go online. We have a website. Just order it up, and even I take when I go to Switzerland quite a lot, as you know, and sometimes I can be convinced to carry some over.
So heavy bags.
I know. I've done it many times.
Super, fantastic. Keith, thank you very much for the update, and let's keep fingers crossed that silver is doing what gold is doing today, because we are getting close to a breakout. right?
All great. Great seeing you
Super.
again.
Great seeing you, Keith. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Keith Neumeyer, the CEO of First Majestic Silver. You heard it. They have their own mint now, up to 3.5 million ounces. They probably can do that here in the future. And I think this is a great idea to take off silver from the market and to get it out of the hands from the paper junkies, because this is something which absolutely makes no sense. And First Majestic is doing well still with the AIC around $15. This is fantastic. They make money. And check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from the PDAC 2024.